What's up, what's up? It's your boy Corey B. So, with the inauguration taking place and just all the stuff just going on in our nation, in our society right now, I just still can't wrap my head around all the ugliness and just the constant attacks and, just... the thing that really gets me the most? It's the adults acting like children on social media. It's just mind-boggling. And I mean, that's just across the board. I mean, I don't care what your party is, what your political stance on anything is. At the end of the day, this side is going to say that side is doing it, that side is going to say this side is doing it. I'll tell you right now, I haven't seen a side that doesn't have children on social media right now. I mean, and it's like I gotta laugh a little just because otherwise what the hell am I going to do? Am I going to scream? Am I going to cry? Am I going to lose my friggin' mind? Because just... everybody out there just, I mean, of course, not everybody. I'm not attacking y'all. I'm not giving y'all, I'm not coming down on y'all or nothing, because the reality is it may not be you. It may not be you. You may not be a part of them. But the majority of everybody out there is just acting like children. People who thought Trump was our savior. It's just laughable. People who think Biden is our savior. It's like, come on, man. Like, these guys are just guys. And at the end of the day, ain't none of them going to save us. Jesus is the only one who can save you. Jesus. No politician. I don't care what party he is. I don't care how bad the guy before him did. The new guy can't save you. The new guy is just in a position of influence. And that's it. And depending on how, how charismatic he is and how good his platform is and how good the people he's working with are, actually is going to weigh in on how much influence he actually has. So at the end of the day, we as citizens, you and me, and all of our people out there, our friends, our family, or whatever, all of us, neighbors, American citizens, gotta stop acting like children. Gotta stop acting like children. If you don't like how things are, don't be a baby about it. Get involved. Step up and get involved. Like, we live in a nation where you have the power to do something. Become a lobbyist. Become a real activist, not somebody on Facebook or Twitter who claims they're an activist because they're speaking out. Nah, really do something. Really get involved. Really go downtown, in your city, in your state, DC, wherever, get involved, whether it's a local level, it's a state level, it's a national level. You don't like how things are, get involved. If you're not, somebody else is going to, and that somebody else may not like the same things you like. They may not feel the same way you do. They may not be passionate about what you're passionate about. Oddly enough, y'all may even see eye to eye, but if their passion and conviction is somewhere else than where's yours is, then the thing that you feel so strongly about isn't going to be addressed, because nobody, no one person, no platform, no party, none of us can address every single thing all at one time. In a perfect ideal world, yeah, we could, but that's not real. It's not going to happen. If you're passionate about border control, gun control, rights for people of different races, different creeds, religions, women's rights, abortion, children's rights. I mean, whatever it is that you feel that you are passionate about, that's driving in your heart for you to get on Facebook, get on Twitter, and, you know, make a fool of yourself. And that's it. We're getting on there and we're making ourselves look silly. And even though we get 40, 60, 180, we get all these likes. Some people get on there and they get, you know, 2,000, 3,000 likes, and then they feel like, oh, see, I'm not the only one. Yeah, of course you're not the only one who feels a type of way. But are you going to sit on there and just get on Facebook and Twitter and just make a bunch of nasty comments and say a bunch of ugly things and belittle other people because they see things differently than you do? Maybe they're misguided. It's possible, right? I mean, it is literally possible that somebody who feels differently than you isn't evil. They're not the devil. They're not trying to hold you back or stifle you or take away your freedoms and your whatever. Maybe they just don't know what it is they're voting for. Maybe it does. You know, of course they should. They should, but yeah, I mean, do you know about everything? Do you know about every single law and stance and platform? And I'll be honest, I don't. I try to keep myself informed. I really do. But I mean, who has the time to know everything? Everything. Nobody does. Nobody does. There's been bills passed and, you know, laws passed that have had, you know, just addendums that were just pages and pages and pages. And so many people will just be honest and they'll be like, yeah, I didn't even, yeah, they don't know. They don't know. They just see this part and they're like, well, I'm for this or I'm against that, so that's the way I'm going to vote. That's the way I'm going to lean. That's where I'm going to carry things, and that's fine. You know, I can't. You have the right and the freedom to cast your vote and continue to have your stance, whether you're informed or you're not informed. That's on you. But is it the right thing for you to continue to get on social media and belittle and attack and call people nasty and ugly things without taking a moment to educate them? Maybe they're not stupid. Maybe they're not the devil. Maybe they're not all these ugly things that you might refer to them as. Maybe at the end of the day, they just don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's me being naive. Maybe I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I'm giving them far too much credit. And maybe they should have taken the time to know, or maybe they do know and I'm just completely wrong. But what I do know is that we're getting on social media. We're attacking each other. We're attacking our brothers, our sisters. I've literally watched family and friends. I've watched friends of more than 20 years say on social media, on Facebook, I watched a friend that I go to church with say to another friend that they have been friends with for over 20 years that because of the way they voted in this last election, it was real simple. They weren't going to be speaking anymore. That's a friend you've had for over 20 years. And it's just real simple. We're just done. Done. Finished. Not a conversation, not a talk. Just done. On social media. On Facebook, no less. Not like in person, not like over the phone, not like, hey man, I know we've been, you know, partners and we've rode together for decades, but I really feel like you got to understand where I'm coming from, and if you can't, I think I'm going to have to walk. Alright, I mean, if that's how you feel, you got to do things. But, no, just on Facebook, just a one line, hey, we're done. After 20 years, just can't ride with you no more. Nah, man. Social media, look, a lot of people want to point the finger at the government. A lot of people want to point the finger at the media. And yeah, the media is the media. The media has always been biased. The media has always been a problem. The media has always been an issue. And the media ain't going to ever stop being an issue until we allow it to stop being an issue. We give it the power to be an issue. And I really don't care at the end of the day. I don't care. Like, I've got friends who swear by MSNBC and other people who swear by Fox News and other people, I won't dare watch news on the television. I get mine from an independent source on the internet. Yeah, that's whatever. I don't care. I'm not going to be mad at you for wherever you get your sources from. But the biggest problem isn't the media, because the media has been around, hell, longer than I've been around. And the media has been biased and been, they always serve their own purpose, and that's fine. That's whatever. I guess, it's their right, I guess. I don't really know. That's a whole other topic, I guess. But at the end of the day, the biggest problem is us and social media. Because too many people, I've literally heard people that say they get their news from Facebook. Facebook ain't news. It's not news. Now, there's news sources on Facebook, but Facebook ain't news. It's not. And not only is Facebook not news, but it's just... people get on there and then they just get all attached and they get all sucked into all the ugliness. And then as they get sucked into all this ugliness, they just feed into it, and they continue to feed into that churning that they got inside of them, when they already feel like they've been done wrong or cheated, or somehow they've come up short and it's not their fault. So people get on social media, they buy into this nonsense. And as they buy into this nonsense, because that's all they see from their family and friends and their whatever, somebody they went to school with in 6th grade 20 years ago, feels the same way they do, and they start talking nasty. Before you know it, you join in and you're talking nasty. Nah, that ain't gonna get it done. Y'all want to get it done? Let's do it already. Like, I in no way claim to be a political activist. I'm an American, and I consider myself a patriot. I love my country. But above my country, I love my family, and I love God. And I'm not gonna tear my family down, or my friends, or even a stranger across the street, or, well, I guess a person across the street is a neighbor, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to, see someone that I run into at HEB, and because their shirt says a certain logo, or a certain political party, or it says a particular campaign, or I'm not going to attack them. And that doesn't make me better than any of you, and I'm not trying to belittle y'all by the things that I'm saying. So I hope y'all take this from the right aspect, and I hope this is coming from my heart. It's like, it's just the truth is that these political candidates, it don't matter who they are, don't matter what party they're in, don't matter what side they are, doesn't matter if they think like you or they don't think like you. They're not the savior, and they're not the devil. They're not the savior. They're just a man or a woman. They're just a person. And they're going to ultimately do what they feel is best. And all of them are humans, and all of them have selfish motives at heart. Can't 100% get away from that. I spent a good while when I was working in social psych research lab at UT. I spent 2.5 years trying to study and understand whether altruism is actually real, and whether people can actually do a completely unselfish act. The many tests that I ran, I couldn't prove anything. It was quite the adventure, though, and gave me true perspective. I think at the end of the day, most people are going to do things either because it benefits them, or because it makes them feel good that they've benefited someone else. And still for their own benefit, still for their own desire. No politician's getting up there and sacrificing everything he's got for you. But no politician's getting up there so he can just take you all down either. He still lives in this country. A lot of politicians make a lot of mistakes. At the end of the day, they're not going to save us. Jesus will save you, though. I'm going to pray for our nation. I'm going to pray for Biden. I'm going to pray for Congress and our mayor and our governor here in Texas, just because those are the ones that affect me on a daily basis, and I'm going to keep praying for them, because ultimately I hope they do the right thing. I hope they're going to do what's best for our nation, whether they're the person I voted for or not. That doesn't matter. Whether I voted for this mayor doesn't change the fact that he's still my mayor. Whether I voted for that president doesn't change the fact that he's still my president. And people can sit here and say all day long, well, that's not my president. Okay, move. You want to, go ahead. But as long as you're living here, that's your president. As long as you're living in the state that you're in, that's your governor. As long as you're living in that city, that's your mayor. And at the end of the day, those people are going to affect things. Mostly, those local politicians are going to actually have a bigger pull and bigger, stronger influence in what your daily life is than the president of the United States does anyways. But people don't realize that. That's a huge misconception. The president is a figurehead. He's a face of our nation. He's a face. And he has the power of influence, but his actual powers are incredibly limited. But your local officials, man, they affect you every day. You really want to make a change in your own life, do something selfish, get involved with your local officials. Know who they are. Know who your city councilmen are. Know your mayor, you know your governor, and your representatives, and actually get involved with what they're doing, because they're going to affect you. They can seriously affect you today and tomorrow. Alright, like I said, I want to harp on y'all. You know, I felt like I got to share that, you know, with everything going on right now. I got nothing but love for all of y'all, and you know, I got to do what I got to do, and you got to do what you got to do. But let's all keep it cool, man. Let's keep it real, and let's be an example. You know, we want to get mad at politicians when they get on social media and be stupid. Well, I don't necessarily agree with politicians being on social media, but it's the way of the world now. They're doing it anyways. But if we want to get mad at them for getting on social media and being stupid, why are we getting on social media and being stupid? Just thought. Think about it. Alright, I just wanted to stimulate some thought in your mind for today, and I hope y'all take something away from it. I hope you don't see it as any kind of like I'm better than you, or like I'm attacking you, or like I'm putting you down for what you're doing. I'm just telling you, if you're participating in some of that ugliness, rethink it. Let's do something different. Let's actually make a change. Let's make a difference. Be the change that you want in your nation. Be the change you want in your community, your society, your city, your neighborhood, whatever it is. Like, you could be the change. You really could. Because all it's going to take is you starting to live the life that you want to live, and, you know, embrace Jesus' love and his mercy. Jesus is what wouldn't go around condemning the people around him. He'd set an example. So you set an example. You start showing that love and just embrace the life you got, and people are going to be like, man, why are you not stressed about politics? Why are you not stressed about our government? Why are you not, man? Because I got Jesus. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. You do that, you start telling a few more people that you good to go because you got Jesus, man, next thing you know, that's going to be contagious. Jesus just start, you know, just spreading through your neighborhood, and that's the change we need. Every politician talks about the change that they're going to make. Now, man, good for them. Go for it. God put us here with, you know, brains at work, and, you know, ambition and desires, and we can think and we can do things. So let's do those things. I'm not saying those politicians shouldn't try, but Jesus is the change. Jesus is he's our Savior. All right. I got nothing but love and respect for y'all. Y'all give your boy a like. You know you want to. Hit that subscribe button. I'm going to keep coming at y'all. I got nothing but love. Like I said, your boy Corey B. I'm out.